It took us 163 games to clinch the division title over Baltimore, and now here we are in the ALCS against the very same Orioles. Head-to-head, the right to go to the World Series. The winner will play either the LA Dodgers or the Washington Nationals. We talked about our goal of being primed for a championship run by the time the Yankees and Red Sox took a bit of a step back. Unfortunately, of course, as it turns out, the Orioles had the same plan, and thus, here we are, again, battling it out to see who will represent the AL in the World Series, and I certainly hope it will be us. Of course, our lineup, we'll talk about that more in a moment. Let's go ahead, though, and take a look at what we are up against in the form of the Baltimore Orioles. And it doesn't start off in easy fashion. Michael Fulmer as their ace. 99 overall. He had a 21-5 record in the regular season. He is an ace in every sense of the word. Joey, this is going to be a tough one. Would it be Lucchesi? I think it would be Lucchesi. Lucchesi. There's not an extra U in there. I'm going with Lucchesi. Good old Joey Lucchesi. Not a big fan, though. Nick Kingham, also a 90+. Not a big fan as in, in fairness, looking at his stats, I'm a pretty big fan. Hopefully he does that poorly again. Jeff Hoffman at an 82 and Kevin Gausman at an 87. As far as that rotation's concerned, pretty damn good. I think that's an understatement. And their bullpen, fairly strong as well. Yohander Mendez as their long reliever. Miguel Castro, Jose Ramirez. Austin Maddox might be a bit of a weak link in overall alone. And then Tanner Scott, Donnie Hart, and Benny Asuncion. 22 years old, 94 overall. That's not going to be easy to overcome. It's a strong rotation. It's a pretty damn strong bullpen as well. Lineup-wise, does it get any easier for us is the question. The answer is absolutely not. We start off with Alex Verdugo. It's been a while, but there you go. He's spent the past 4 seasons in Baltimore. He's starting at DH, potentially center field. What is your name? Would it be Angel Vielma? Like, come on, man. What is that name? Oh, God. Jock Peterson's still here. Guzman, Renato Nunez, Brett Phillips, Jacob Brugman, and Alex Jackson. Right, Jonathan Scope as well. Although I heard people, Jonathan Scope. I don't know why. Scope. Shoop. I know it's not Shoop. Scope. It's fine. The bench is where it gets interesting in that it's not the strongest. It's pretty well-rounded, but the fact that Zach Granite's on the bench. The point is, and I think you can tell this by the lineup, this isn't going to be easy. There's a reason why they are here. There's a reason why it took us that extra game to overcome them and win the division. It came down to that final game. We have home field because of it. Now, whether or not we take advantage of that, time will tell. As far as the lineup is concerned, in a way, we are going to reward people based on performance, but I am also going to give Miea a chance. We're going to have Santana in the 5 spot, Robles, Taveras, Cassidy, and Wills. I'm going to give Francisco Miea a chance to redeem himself, but the lineup is pretty much staying the same, and of course we'll be looking for a big effort out of Hunter Green in this game. His first start didn't exactly go to plan. Of course, in that last episode, we overcame that 2-0 deficit to come back and get the win. Let's hopefully get off to a better start in this series. The Bats haven't exactly been on fire for Baltimore so far this postseason. Of course, they had to go through the wild card. Mainly comes down to the fact that their pitching is as strong as it is, which definitely concerns me. But all the talk is done. The time has arrived. Let's do this. A new series begins, and we'll see what we get from Hunter Green. It's a 1-2-3 inning to kick things off. That's what we get. Bo Bichette, not bad. Junior, 2-run shot for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There you go. Bo Bichette with a 1-out single. Junior with a follow-up 2-run shot. And it's a nice early lead, getting to Fulmer early. That'll do it for that first inning. So not bad. Not a bad start. Jock Peterson walks. Guzman with a single. Follow-up single. Peterson thrown out at home. That's promising. 2 outs. Brugman grounds out. So we get out of trouble. Needless to say, I was a tad bit nervous there at a certain point. As with Cassidy, yeah, we're gonna try to steal and be aggressive. He gets it. Let's go hit and run with Wales. Oh my goodness, Andy Wales. 2 2-run home runs so far in this game. Andy Wales delivers. We'll try the steal. We get it. Let's hit and run here, and it's a fly out, but not bad. 4-0. Early on, the run support kicking in for Hunter Green. 1-2-3 inning, and things are looking quite promising. As this is very promising. I'm afraid of the double play here. I'm so tempted to bunt. I'm going to let Santana do his thing. Ends up flying out. We got runners at the corners. Robles, sac fly. I'll take it. 5-0. And Tavares strikes out. So at the very least, we did get a run out of that situation. Scope with the home run. That's unfortunate. Hunter Green allows his first run of the game. Still 5-1, though, on the board. See if he can get out of the situation, and he does. Only 1 run allowed. Baltimore's best offensive player delivers, unsurprisingly. Cassidy will be aggressive here. No reason not to be at this point. For Wales, swing away, flies out. Ryan Dahl with a 2-run shot. 3 2-run home runs in this game thus far. Absolutely ridiculous. Bichette thrown out at home, unfortunately. Santana, fielder's choice with 2 runners on. 7-1 through 4 innings thus far. Again, needless to say, Hunter Green has the run support that he should need. Baltimore gets on the board, 2 doubles in this inning, and that'll do it. So 7-2 through 4. Really now through 5 in terms of the offensive attempts from Baltimore. Fulmer's off. Fulmer gets roughed up. He is out of this game. Mendez is brought on. He has a 1-2-3 inning to follow up. 7-2 as we head to the 6th inning. We'll see if Hunter Green can continue to shut them down, and indeed he does. Can we get to Mendez? No, we cannot. So to the 7th inning we go, and Jordan Hicks is brought on. 2 singles allowed, strikeout, runners to the corners with 2 outs, and we get out of the inning. Very good. Very, very good. It's the pitching performance that we needed, and certainly the offensive performance that we needed as Jerome German is brought on. Walks Nunez with 2 outs, gives up a 2-run home run to Phillips. It's a 3-run game, a 2-out double for Brugman, and that's it for him. James Hu, the closer, brought on early, gets that final out of the inning. Last chance, perhaps, here as Miguel Castro is brought on for some insurance. Back-to-back walks, strikeout, and a single. Bases loaded with Bo Bichette at the plate. He walks. 8-4. Junior flies out, unfortunately. James Hu is on still for the top of the 9th. Can he shut them down? Verdugo's out. Bielma's out. Scope is out. 8-4 final. I will take it. It was a little bit shady there. But I guess live and die by the long ball, even though that's not necessarily our go-to. Like, we're not necessarily known for our power, but 3 2-run home runs. They out-hit us 10-9. We walk away with the 8-4 victory. We made it count, and as far as the pitching performance goes, again, solid effort from Green. The bullpen was a little bit shaky, but James Hu, 4 appearances, 4 saves, ends up getting the last 4 outs of this game. We defend home turf, at least to kick things off. 1-0 lead in this series as we are ready for game 2. And we'll see what we can do here. Hopefully we can follow up on a very strong first performance. Henry Murillo is on against Joey Lucchesi. And as far as the lineup is concerned, I mean, Miella, we'll drop him down to the 5 spot. Pedro Santos is scheduled to be in. I don't agree with that. Andy Wales has earned the right to stay in. He can't play third. Cassidy, though, can, of course. Andy Wales will get to stay. We're still going to have Cassidy in the 8th spot. I think we're going to drop Tavares behind Robles, and we'll have that be the lineup for this game. So a huge, huge first game for us. A statement victory. As again, you get to look at the batting averages amongst this lineup. We're certainly doing damage at the plate. I'm a little bit worried, though, about our pitching. And, you know, you look at the starting rotation, you look at the bullpen. I mean, both of these guys, for sure, as you get a look at the numbers, are desperate for a better performance this time out. Both roughed up in their first appearances in this postseason. It's a big game. I'm a little bit worried about the pitching. Game 1, it was solid. We'll see what happens here. What can Henry Murillo do? He can have a fairly straightforward first inning is what he can do. And a solo shot for Junior. Started off the last game on a high note. Does it again here. 1-0 lead. Santana with a 2-out single. Miella, it's a fielder's choice, but we have that early 1-0 lead thanks to Junior. And a 1-2-3 inning for Murillo. Not too shabby. Nothing doing there for us either. A very straightforward second inning on both sides. Another 1-2-3 inning for Murillo. Wales with the leadoff single. Dahl walks. Bichette into a double play. Wales on third, though, with Junior at the plate. Vlad Jr., the beast, has awoken. It's an RBI double with 2 outs. 2-0 lead now for your Blue Jays. And that ends the third inning. So a little bit of run support thus far. A 1-out double for the Shop Scopes. We're able to get out of it. Not bad. Not bad. Miella singles. It's a miracle. Robles strikes out. Tavares doubles, and Miella scores all the way from first. 3-0. That is shocking. Fortunately, we weren't able to follow up, but 3-0 on the board. The offense getting off to a very hot start in this series, and Murillo has another dominant inning there. Bichette, Santana, nothing doing. To the top of the 6th we go. Henry Murillo, 2-out single for Vielma. Back-to-back singles. Peterson doubles. It's a 1-run game. Guzman walks. We get out of it, but not before the damage is done. Just like that, it's a 1-run game. Miguel Castro brought on in relief. We're gonna try to steal with Robles. It's a bit of a disaster, though. Tavares singles. Cassidy singles. The runner's thrown out. Let's go hit and run for Andy Wales. It's a ground out, unfortunately. And that'll do it. Top of the 7th we go. 1-run game. Murillo still on, and there it goes. Yet again, a solid start, and it falls apart towards the end of the starting pitcher's time. 4-3. 4-3 Baltimore. Jose Ramirez brought on. And it's a 1-2-3 inning, and we're in a whole lot of trouble here. Sherman's brought on. He got roughed up in game 1. Nice 1-2-3 inning, but we need the offense to show up here. Tanner Scott brought on. Can the offense get going? Miella walks, and you know what? We have to be aggressive here. We have to be. Miella's relatively fast, but yeah. We're bringing on Jeffrey Hurd. It's pretty obvious what we're going for here. Let's see if we can get it. Thankfully, we do. Robles strikes out. Tavares flies out. And we wasted that opportunity. We absolutely did. Hurd will be out for Cruz. And let's hope that German, or whoever the hell's on the mound here, it ends up being German, can get through this. 1-out single for Phillips. An error. Brugman reaches. Fielder's choice. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Verdugo. He strikes out. So to the bottom of the 9th we go. Cassidy leads off against Benny Asuncion. It's a leadoff single, and we have to be aggressive. It's a 1-run game. Please get the steal. Yes. Wales bunt him over. Yes. Sack fly for Dahl. Yes. Tie game. Let's go. Bichette walks. 1 on. We're not gonna be too aggressive here. Junior, win it for us, buddy. Pops out. We are going to extra innings. We did what we had to do to tie this game. It's 4-all. As we head to the top of the 10th, German still on. Scope with the leadoff single. 0 steal rating, by the way. 2 on, 2 outs. Nunez lines out. To the bottom of the 10th we go. 1 swing of the bat could do it. Santana grounds out. Cruz reaches on an error. Robles, 2-run shot, and the game's over. The walk-off out of nowhere. Victor Robles. with the game-winning shot, his first hit. And that's a W. Germán will walk away as the winner. 3 shutdown innings in relief. He gets the job done. They weren't able to seal the deal while there was like no kind of post anything. It's like, nope, here you go, game's over. No end of game cutscenes. It doesn't matter. We survive a bit of a scare. We come back and get the win in the bottom of the 10th. Very disappointing for how that went towards the latter half. Henry Murillo against 7 innings pitched. Prior to that 6th inning, he was lights out. But thankfully, speaking of lights out, Jerome Germán gets a little bit of redemption. We take the first 2 games of this series. We defend home turf. Now we go down to Baltimore. Games 3, 4, and 5. Let's see if we can keep the pressure on. Zach Eflin gets the start, and it was a similar story to what we just saw with Murillo, where Eflin was dominant. And then at the end, it just kind of fell apart for him. So we'll see what happens here. I need to... In a way, I feel like I still need to reward some guys for playing relatively well. And I'm sorry, with Miella, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. We're going to keep Robles ahead of Cassidy because of the walk-off. Still have Santana in the 4 spot. And we'll see how that goes. So, some minor changes. The big thing here, it's like I gave Miella a chance, and he still really hasn't done a whole hell of a lot. It sucks to see him struggling. If he wasn't struggling, we would be walking away with everything here as far as the postseason is concerned. You see Nick Kingham has had a decent amount of work thus far. Eflin, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, but it really fell apart in those 4 hits. We know what Eflin's capable of. He nearly single-handedly won us a World Series a few years ago. We'll see what he can do. Look at how stocky Ryan Dahl is. I love it. I love it. The powerhouse. Can I see how tall Ryan Dahl is? I can. 5'9", 210. Oh my God, he's a powerhouse. I love it. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Can we get anything going? A 1-out triple for Bichette. Jr. strikes out, though. Santana strikes out as well. And we waste that opportunity. I should have jumped in and gone for the sac fly. Let's see what Eflin can do here. 2 errors, ground out, and a single, scores 2 runs. That's very frustrating. 2 errors in the bottom of the 1st. Not what you're hoping for. I can't blame Eflin for that, obviously. Horrible time for the defense to fail him. And we get out of that situation as well. It certainly could have been worse. And unfortunately, the offense hasn't had much going thus far. It's been a pretty quiet game. Just the 1 hit. Bichette walks. Not really the best steal threat. Another walk. 2 on, 2 out. Zach Cassidy. Bases loaded. Leody Taveras into a fielder's choice. Damn. Another opportunity goes to waste. 1-2-3 inning for Eflin. We have time to get back into this, but people, I mean, here I was talking about how well the offense has performed this postseason. So far here in Game 3, not a whole hell of a lot's gone on, except for that moment right there. Vlad Jr. hits another solo shot, back-to-back solo shots. Jr. and Santana, this game is tied just like that, and this game has turned just like that. Jr., Santana, and Cassidy, 3 solo shots on Kingham in that half inning. And just like that, we have a 3-2 lead. Eflin playing with the lead. Gets out of that inning despite the walk. Beautiful. Kingham's night is done. Castro brought on. Allows a leadoff single to Wales. Miella into a fielder's choice. Lead runners out. Dahl with a single. Good opportunity here. Bo Bichette back-to-back singles. The runner scores 4-2. Junior singles. Bases loaded. 1 out. Martin Santana pops out. Robles into a fielder's choice. What an opportunity gone to waste. If we lose this game, that's the one we'll remember. Eflin's day is done. Jordan Hicks has been brought on. 2-out double for Jackson, but he gets out of the inning. To the top of the 8th we go. Jose Ramirez brought on for Baltimore. Taveras with a 1-out double. We'll look to not waste this opportunity here. It's a tough one. Swing away, Wales. Flies out. Miea flies out. Damn it. Damn it. Very disappointing. Hicks is off for Tony Dennison. Vielma strikes out. Scoop. Grounds out. Peterson grounds out. Great work from Dennison. To the top of the 9th. Austin Maddox brought on. He's their weakest in terms of overall, but he's able to get through it. James Hu, 4 for 4. Can he go 5 for 5? 1 out, 2 outs. Ball game. The Toronto Blue Jays are 1 win away from their 2nd World Series in this series history. That 6th inning, 3 solo shots. The insurance in the top of the 7th. Only 4 hits allowed all game by our pitching staff. Zach Eflin is your player of the game. 6 innings pitched. Had a rough first inning, but after that, dominance. 11 strikeouts. What an effort. You look at what that pitching staff did after the first inning. Just complete dominance. And again, James Hu now 5 for 5 in terms of save opportunities. Eflin gets the win. What an effort. We are 1 game away. But as we have seen already this postseason, that doesn't mean anything. We still have to get the job done. We still have 1 more game to win. So we're not acting as if it's over. Got to stay hungry. Got to stay focused. Let's see if we can get the job done. Our first attempt out of a potential 4 to get the job done. Now, Andres Vasquez had a very strong start. Did not get the decision. But we'll see what he can do. Lineup-wise, it's going to stay the same. Miea, you have been so disappointing. But at least in terms of what you bring from a fielding perspective, we're certainly not going to ditch you. And as far as the lineup is concerned, Cassidy's getting the bump. Robles will be there. I got to be honest, I'm going to reward Cassidy, and I think I'm going to drop Santana as well. At least behind Robles, but we'll keep him ahead of Taveras due to the power threat. But I'm going to reward Cassidy for his efforts. I know it's a bit of a controversial move to move the lineup that much, but sink or swim. Sink or swim. And I guess the thought process is, it's like, oh, well, Cassidy's succeeding because he's lower in the lineup. It's like, okay, well, then if he's succeeding because he's seeing different scenarios and different pitches from being lower in the lineup, then what is someone like Martin Santana going to be able to do? What's someone like Miea going to be able to do? Unfortunately, with Miea, no matter where we've put him in the lineup, he just has not shown up this postseason. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We change up the lineup ever so slightly. Our first chance to end this series. Let's see what we can do. Jeff Hoffman on the mound starts off with a 1-2-3 inning. Andres Vasquez allows a leadoff single to Verdugo, who gets caught stealing. Another single to Vielma, and Scope with the 2-run shot. Yet again, a rough start. A very rough start. 3 runs on 4 hits. Not what we were hoping for. Again, another rough start here to a game in Baltimore. We overcame that deficit the last time, though. We'll see what we can do this time. Taveras flies out. Wales grounds out, and unfortunately, that opportunity goes to waste. We'll look for a better half inning from Vasquez. 2-out walk for Verdugo, and he does get out of it. Not bad. Miea with a single. You'd love to see it. 2 on, no outs. Right. And I want to avoid the double play at all costs. Can we bunt them both ahead? We can. That sets up Junior, who singles and drives in both runs. It's a 1-run game. Vlad Jr. is cementing himself as one of the best, like, already. It's insane. He has been so clutch this postseason, and unfortunately there's no follow-up. It's still a 1-run game, but a huge moment there, and Scope hits his 2nd home run of the game. Andres Vasquez, not exactly what we're hoping for. He gets out of the inning otherwise. Santana, leadoff walk from Hoffman. See if we can get the steal, and we do. Taveras Bunt him over. I'll take it. Sack fly for Wales. Gets it. I'll take it. I'm all right with small ball. Ryan Dahl with Miea on first. Grounds out to end the inning. It's 4-3. Phillips grounds out. Brugman and Jackson 1-2-3 inning. Strong stuff. And that's it for Hoffman. Only 4 innings pitched. Mendez brought on for the top of the 5th. Leadoff walk to Bichette. Junior pops out. Cassidy with an RBI triple. This game is tied. Zach Cassidy stepping up when we needed him. Beautifully done. Robles, we will definitely instruct to go for the sac fly. Can he give us the lead? Yes, he can. Santana walks. We'll go for the steal. He gets that too. Taveras, we got caught stealing. I knew the hit and run was a little bit aggressive, but wanted to go for it just in case. Regardless, the offense gets the job done. It's a 5-4 lead. What can Vasquez do? It's looking a little bit rocky. Finally gets scope out for the first time. And he gets out of the inning. Looked a little bit dangerous there. But we are out of it. Unfortunately, we can't get anything going there. Bill Snowden, our long reliever, is brought in. The bullpen's been pretty strong. Will that trend continue? Yes, it will. To the top of the 7th we go. Still with a 1-run lead. Nothing doing there for the offense. Snowden still in the bottom of the 7th. Nearly a 1-2-3 inning. He does get out of it, though, despite the 2-out single. Top of the 8th. Miguel Castro brought on. Cassidy strikes out. Robles strikes out. Santana flies out. Bottom of the 8th. Tony Dennison brought on. He was dominant in his first performance. He walks Guzman. Nunez strikes out. Phillips walks. Dangerous here. Brugman, fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Alex Jackson grounds out. And we have a chance here for a little bit of extra insurance. Taveras against Tanner Scott. He doubles to start things off, and I want that extra run no matter what. Can we bunt him over? No, we can't. We'll swing away now. Miea strikes out. Dahl grounds out. We waste the opportunity for that bit of insurance. But here comes James Hu. Can he go 6 for 6 in save opportunities? If he does, we are going to the World Series. Verdugo ties it immediately. I feel like my heart was just ripped out of my chest. Vielma grounds out. Scope grounds out. Peterson walks. Guzman, pinch runner in. Guzman flies out. To extra innings we go. James Hu slips up. We go to extras where we've won before. Can we do it again? 1-2-3 inning. Hu is still in, allows the leadoff double to Nunez. Phillips, another pinch runner. Phillips walks. Brugman flies out. Jackson singles, and the Baltimore Orioles take game 4. Mr. Reliable fails us. He slips up, and Baltimore takes game 4. We don't make the most of our first opportunity to end this series, and again, it was perhaps in the most disappointing way possible, with James Hu slipping up for the very first time. He has been dominant, and unfortunately, that was not his game. So we do get a decent start from Vasquez in a way, not ideal. Rolando Villalobos will be the guy here. Ryan Dahl had a terrible game and honestly is quite tired. Jeffrey Hurd's going to get the opportunity here. Jeffrey Hurd's going to get a chance. Miea is going to sit for Cruz. I know it's a little bit risky to rest people here, but I'm still willing to try it, and hopefully that gives us a little bit of a kick that can help maybe lead us to victory in this one. Can Santos play second? He cannot. Delabate can play third. It's kind of a tough decision here as far as can I even get everybody into the lineup. So Hurd's going to play right, which is fine. Junior can also play third. I don't think we can get Delabate in unless I put Santos at second, which to be honest I'm going to. We'll swap Junior and Delabate, and we'll see how that goes. So, Delabate hasn't had a single at bat. We're going to put Cruz here, Delabate here, Robles, Taveras. All right, that works. Although, do we want Hurd leading off? You know what? Hurd can still lead off. He's not bad. He's pretty well-rounded. Bichette second, Junior, Santana, Taveras, Robles, Delabate, Cruz, and Santos. A very, very risky move on my part, but it's one that I'm willing to make. I'm thinking maybe some fresh faces in this lineup might just be the spark, especially to take advantage of that Baltimore squad that, of course, is a little bit tired, as a lot of our players are. It's a very risky move, I know. And whether or not I just resigned us to a loss when they're sending out Michael Fulmer, we'll see. We roughed up Fulmer in that first game. They're playing him on short rest in Game 5 to try and keep their season alive. It's our second opportunity to end this series. Let's see what we can do. A one-out double for Bichette Jr. Swing away, body. Yes! Vlad Jr. gets to Fulmer early. 2-0. As Taveras walks, will go for the steal. He gets it. Robles swing away, strikes out, but still the damage is done. And for the first time in a game in Baltimore, we take the lead to kick things off. As there was a defensive substitution. I'm trying to see. It was Andy Wales brought on. Okay, so unfortunately the game recognized Santos was out of position. It does bring on Andy Wales, which is fine, I guess. I was tempted to jump in and put Santos' secondary position at second so it wouldn't do that, but it's all good. It's not the worst case scenario. As Delabate is going to be up here. Leadoff single, I'll take it. Cruz, fielder's choice. Wales in the game. He hits a single. 2-on-1 out for Hurd. He flies out. Bichette pops out. So no extra run support there, but a very good run there for Villalobos. Can we get to Fulmer here? No, we cannot. Bottom of the third already. Villalobos dealing. Allowed that single to Verdugo. Gets out of it. Robles with the leadoff single. Will be aggressive. He gets it. Delabate, bunt him over. Cruz, sac fly. He walks. Let's try to go sac fly here for Wales. He strikes out. So we'll have to swing away with Hurd. And we miss that opportunity. And that could come back to haunt us. Scope with a single, a walk. Guzman strikes out. Nunez pops out. Phillips singles and a runner scores. Brugman, stolen base. Brugman triples. All of that damage with 2 outs. 3-2 Baltimore, just like that. Just like that. Like that momentary lapse in judgment, essentially, from our starting pitchers that we've seen, where everything's going well, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off. Very frustrating, and that's it for Villalobos. Bill Snowden is brought on, and can't get out of the mess. 2-run shot for Phillips. It's 5-2, heading into the 7th inning. Fulmer's still in. We'll go for the steal with Wales. He's not the fastest, but we need something. Hurd strikes out. Bichette strikes out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Snowden's still in. 1-out single to Verdugo. Back-to-back singles. 6-2 is the score. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. We're down by 4. Heading into the top of the 8th, Jose Ramirez is brought on. And unless we have a miracle rally in the 9th, we are going back to Toronto for Game 6. Runner thrown out at home. To the top of the 9th we go, down by 4. Robles against Austin Maddox. He walks. Obviously, we're going to be aggressive. And he gets caught. Delabate flies out. Cruz grounds out. 6-2 victory for Baltimore. Fulmer gets the job done. They win in Game 5. We head back home to Toronto for Game 6. A very frustrating and disappointing loss, as a lot of our big names just didn't have it. And then yet again, our starting pitcher, who's on a good run, just out of nowhere, the wheels fall off. And that happened in the 4th inning. Those 3 runs, and we could just never recover. So we get off to a good start and had nothing for a follow-up. We head back to Toronto for Game 6. It'll be our third opportunity to try and end this series, as frustrating as that is to say. Hunter Green will get the start and the opportunity to end it. And as far as the lineup is concerned, Andy Wales can take a seat. We'll bring in Santos. Delabate has actually been okay, and Delabate can play third, so you know what? Santos, I'm sorry. Delabate is going to get the opportunity here. Cassidy's still in. Miella has been absolutely brutal. Pretty much the only way to put it. Martin Santana has been a complete no-show in this series, frustratingly enough. I'm gonna continue to reward the people who actually care to perform. That is going to be the lineup. Santana and Miella at the bottom of the order. A chance for them to do damage, certainly, but a very disappointing sign as to why we are in the situation that we're in, where if we don't seal the deal here, we're going to Game 7, which is not something that I'm really looking forward to. The Dodgers are awaiting the winner. They beat Washington in 6. Can we do the same to Baltimore? Let's find out. Our third opportunity to end this. Let's see what we can do. Leadoff single for Verdugo, and Vielma hits a 2-run shot immediately. Baltimore strikes first, and Joey Lucchesi is back on. He gets a 1-2-3 inning. A horror start for Hunter Green. That gets even worse. 3-0. 5 hits through 2 innings. Can our offense get it going? Robles, we'll try. You know what? We won't even try to get him in a scoring position. There we go. Runners at the corners. Santana walks. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Francisco Miella grounds out. He has had so many chances to turn it around and to be a hero. It's 4-0 Baltimore. It's almost as if I've been fearing the worst since we lost Game 4. And it's almost as if the players in game are as well. Because this is a brutal situation to be in. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Can we get anything going here? 2 on, 1 out. Taveras flies out. Santana walks. Francisco Miella in the same exact situation. Fails again. I'm going to fire him into the sun. Oh my God. As Nunez drives in a run. And that's it. Bill Snowden's brought on. Hits Phillips. We're out of it. 5-0 Baltimore. Can we get anything going? We get a run. Cassidy with an RBI double drives in Bichette. We're at least not going to get shut out. But what a brutal performance thus far. Everything that we were doing so well in those first 3 games, it's been the exact opposite. Solo shot, 6-1. Jordan Hicks brought in. Very frustrating. Mendez still on for the O's. Can we get anything going here? Castro strikes him out. The 8th inning, Hicks nearly a 1-2-3 inning. Does get out of it eventually. Bottom of the 8th. Nothing doing. German brought on for the top of the 9th. 1-2-3 inning. Santana in the bottom of the 9th against Benny Asuncion. Singles. Miella, singles. Ryan Dahl pops out. Bichette walks. Bases loaded with 1 out for Junior. Sack fly. 6-2. Cassidy against Tanner Scott. Grounds out. And we are going to Game 7. A 3-0 series lead has evaporated. The Orioles have all of the momentum in the world. And we are in severe danger of being reverse swept. I cannot believe this is a possibility. We win the first 3. We lose the next 3. Game 7 at home. The series on the line, the season on the line. Henry Morillo or Zach Eflin is the question. And if I need anybody to win us a game, do we go with the 93 who struggled? Or do we go with Zach Eflin, who has produced some magic since he's arrived in Toronto? I'm going to Zach Eflin. I have to. And as far as this lineup is concerned, Miea, a 129 average. I'm sorry. Cruz is in. Cruz is in. Now, you know what? We're going to live and die with the starting lineup. We're going to put this lineup together in as ideal of a fashion as we can. And if they fail, so be it. It's pretty much how I'm viewing it. If they choose to get the job done, fantastic. If not, it is what it is. Dahl, Bichette, Jr., Miea, Santana, Robles, Wales, Cassidy, Tavares. Game 7. It came down to game 163. So it's fitting that now it comes down to game 7. The Dodgers await the winner. Will the next episode of this series be an off-season episode, or will it be a World Series episode? Gausman has not thrown a pitch this off-season. Here we go. Zach Eflin, what do you have for us? We need another legendary performance from you, and that's a good start, but it doesn't matter how well you start in those middle innings. That's what matters to me. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. Miea walks, Santana, Robles. Can't get anything going. Top of the third, first hit of the game belongs to Phillips. Grounds out into a double play. Jackson with a 2-out single. Verdugo back-to-back singles. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Vielma, who strikes out, so Eflin gets out of it. Still searching for our first hit, and we won't have it through 3 innings. Scope, Peterson walks, Guzman singles, Nunez pops out, Phillips singles, and Baltimore strikes first. 1-0. Bichette walks. We're going to be aggressive here because we have to be. He gets caught. Junior, Miea, Santana, nothing doing. So we have our first hit. Unfortunately, we haven't exactly had the performance at the plate that we've needed. 2-out double for Scope, or for Vielma, I should say. Scope didn't have a follow-up. Robles with a leadoff single. We need a stolen base here desperately. And he gets caught too. 2 steal attempts, 2 failed attempts. 6th inning. 1, 2, 3 inning for Eflin. He's done what we've needed him to do. Just at the plate, we are getting shut down by Gausman. Eflin's out. Germán's brought in. Backs against the wall here. 2-out single. Vielma fielder's choice. Bottom of the 7th. Junior strikes out. Miea strikes out. Santana triples. Victor Robles, please. Please. Yes! Oh, God. 2-1. Victor Robles. We didn't watch the play, but I can imagine it in my head. And again, I'd love to jump in and watch the plays, but I feel like the AI always strikes out. But I can imagine it in my head. Basically, I'm imagining the bat flip. It's pretty much what I'm imagining. And the same reaction to the crowd. 2-1 Toronto. Andy Wales against Jose Ramirez. He strikes out. To the top of the 8th we go. Tony Dennison brought on to face Scope. He grounds out. Peterson singles with 1 out. Guzman, pinch runner brought in. Fielder's choice, lead runners out. Nunez strikes out. To the bottom of the 8th we go. A chance for insurance. Cassidy singles. We'll definitely go for the steal. A 1 run here could be the difference. 3rd steal attempt of the game. We get it this time. Bunt him over or get a single. That works too. Bunt him over. Beautiful. Sack fly for Bichette. 3-1. Junior swing away. Walks. Miea 2 on. 2 outs. Austin Maddox in. He grounds out. And here we go. The top of the ninth, 3-1. James Who on the mound. Brett Phillips leads off for Baltimore, and he singles. Brugman singles. Jackson doubles. Tie game. Verdugo grounds out. Vielma grounds out. Scope walks. Andreoli flies out. Bottom of the ninth. Back-to-back failed save attempts from James Who. Bottom of the ninth, though. Santana. Defensive substitution brought on for Baltimore. Santana flies out. Robles strikes out. Wales earns it! Andy Wales in the bottom of the ninth. It's not even going to show us anything. The team's not going to celebrate. It's just like, yeah, fuck your cutscenes. Take your win. And I will. Andy Wales is the hero. The walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. The homer to right. And the Toronto Blue Jays, as anticlimactic as it is, because again, if I do anything gameplay related, it just makes my guys strike out. We survive. We don't end up being reverse swept. We hang on to win. And we go to the World Series. If I'm not mistaken, you'll have to excuse me, it was a while ago. If I'm not mistaken, they only won 87 games this year. If I'm not mistaken, it's a rematch from the year that we won. 2020. The last time we were here. And this is the first time in the past 4 seasons that we've made it out of the wild card. And now it's a chance. Our second trip to the World Series. Against the Dodgers. We avoid that reverse sweep. Needless to say, the starting pitching needs to be stronger. Needless to say, some members of the bullpen need to get their shit together. But regardless, we made it. If this team plays to the best of their ability, we have a chance. But that's a very, very big if. We will find out in the next one. The answer to the question of what that next episode will feature, we now know. Toronto and Los Angeles, I believe, one more time. Thank you guys for watching and still supporting the series. I do appreciate it. You know the deal already. Support the video. Support the channel. Click that stupid bell. Check out everything in the description. And until next time, have a good one. Take it easy. I will see you in the World Series.